cell phones. For guests and visitors, my name is Teresa Russell, Club President, and I'd like to welcome you to the 20th meeting of the 49th year of the Dublin-Worthington Rotary Club. Today's invitation, again, is going to be offered by the Jerry Katz.
Thank you. You take an attitude of prayer, please. Lord of the universe, you have given us, most of mankind, a strong desire to do good, be honest, to serve others, and to faithfully fulfill their obligations to their neighbor. Help us as Rotarians and humans to do good. Fill us with your spirit of love, joy, and peace. And we pray for the leaders of those who are at war. May you work with their hearts, work with their minds, work with their people, that they may all come to agreement and live in peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Jim Farmer, President-elect, would you introduce our guests and visitors?
Yeah, today we're being visited by Heather Hines and Dick Bird, who are both on the foundation board, and they'll be introduced in more detail during that presentation. And also our Assistant District Governor, Dave Dewey, is here checking up on us once more.
Dave, would you like to say hello?
I just wanted to say thanks for having me here and happy holidays to all of you guys. You guys did a great job. Stephen, citation branch for the year, awesome job. You keep contributing to the foundation. Looks like you got a lot of points that work. So you're doing good work in the community. It means a lot. So thanks for all you do.
Thank you for being here. Anybody have other announcements? Make your way. I know we had a fantastic point setup organization party yesterday. There was a lot going on. I'm about to leave and deliver the last 24 of my 108 point setup.
Okay, thank you. A reminder that tomorrow evening from 6 to 7, we'll be assembling money boxes at the Family Mentor Foundation. We had a couple people that had canceled their sign up at the last minute, so we do have some other people who would like to sign up. Please let Jennifer Best or Chrissy Ruffy know, and we'll communicate that to the foundation. And recently, we've also tried to have several, as many as can, do a little social or dinner event afterwards. So please sign up, please participate in that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, we have about an hour or so this weekend, and you want to deliver some cheer to local families. We're delivering the gifts at the Kilbourne High School, and if you want to work on the docks, and the sign-up sheets on the table, if you want to work at the docks, we start at 8. If you want to deliver, we'll load you at 9 o'clock. We'll start loading at 9 o'clock. And you look at the sheet, Jeff is on there by himself. That he needs someone to be on his team. For someone, please sign up to drive with Jeff. Thank you.
Heather would love it.
Well, Teresa has already announced her number. She was the #1 salesperson. We ended up selling 4% point 7, 580, which is a little bit lower than what we wanted, but still a very good sale. And the big sellers, however, didn't let us down at all, because each of their Each of the top three, which are Teresa was first at 108, Darnell at 89, and Dick Molilla at 62 with the top sales, and they broke all of their prior records. So, want to hear some applause for this. Point. Delivery is still this afternoon. If you haven't picked them up yet, you can go by Steve's office and he can pick them up.
I'd simply like to thank all of you that contributed glasses for our project in Mexico. My wife and I will be departing today. I have a suitcase full of glasses that I'm going to stow. But even better than that, Christy Bruffy and John Bruffy will be coming down during the time that we're there, as well as Wynn and George. And they'll also be carrying suitcases full of glasses. I think that our partners in Veracruz are overwhelmed by the generosity that's been expressed by the collection of these glasses by our club. I just wanted to thank all of you and all very Merry Christmas.
How many did we get? Like that?
Well, there are 1,000 glasses in all. And in fact, I don't know if Christy is here, but she talked about the idea of perhaps making this an annual event. Having worked once upon a time as an activist, perhaps we can put her in charge of that. Do a joint project annually with the club down there. Thank you. With all this going on, I know it's easy to forget that we're heading into the home stretch for Super Bowling on February 3rd, a Saturday. So it's not too early to start thinking about lane sponsorships for $100 each. We got through all 30 lanes last year. Let's do it again this year. And teams cost about $200 each, and this year everybody plays for charity. So please be thinking about charitable organizations you can approach who might be interested in making money while making money for us as well. Thank you.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody, and I want to thank you all. God bless you all. We have donated 75 gifts for the families. In addition, we will give 3 $150 gift certificates for food for them. Plus, everybody has a stocking full of goodies. So thanks to all of you for your generosity, and God bless you again. Merry Christmas.
All right, everybody. As you may or may not know, our bourbon raffle concluded on November 30th, and I stand here before you with some egg on my face. We did not reach our goal, and so we only raised about $23,800 over about 250 tickets sales. We needed to sell 300 in order for the raffle to go off, and so we reached out to all the participants and asked if they want a refund or if they're willing to donate their ticket purchase. But yeah, I will be drafting a debrief for the Ways and Means Committee of just everything that happened and data and what I think we should do going forward. But at any rate, I appreciate everybody's support and onward and upward from here. Thanks.
Thanks for that, Dr. The only thing I have is on your table, there are ballot sheets that are listing people that have been nominated for board positions. And I would say that we're scratching Harry off the top of the list for now. So he's not a candidate for consideration, but please vote for no more than 3 at this point. How are we collecting them? Leaving them on the table, who's collecting? I will be gone from this meeting. Jerry will collect them, thank you. If there are no other announcements, we have a sergeant today by the name of Alan Grossman. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can't find me.
I
I'm
can.
just saying.
I'm finding you right now, $3 leaving early.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. We have a guest Rotarian here today by the name of Christy Bruffy, who
Yay!
says she hasn't been here since March, but she's agreed to carry the pot, which I think is right here. And I'm gonna start with happy hours with my own $5 because I got my dog
Tabby certified with FEMA, finally.
Wow, that's great.
After 29 months of FEMA, I had a while to get it. So you forgot about that. Anybody else have a happy dollar? Is there anybody in this room that could possibly be happy today? Bueller? Yes, happy to be alive. That's perfect. Thanks, Charlie. Who else is happy? I got some for you. Really? Okay, we'll make it easy then. Everybody gets to pay $1 for not being happy. And we'll start with that, and then we'll throw in there, of course, if you are not wearing your given name badge or your pin, we should take $1 for that. Who, by a show of hands, who's got birthdays in November or January? November or January? So, you know, people that I guess don't have to pay fine, you guys, come on. People that have their birthdays in December always complain that they're all mixed up with Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that sort of stuff. So to support that, I'd like, if you had a birthday in November, you're gonna get one in January, I'll throw in $1. Anybody here go somewhere other than Columbus, Ohio for Thanksgiving? Yeah, cool. Everybody else can throw a buck in because these people have plenty of money, so they can they use it, right? Who's going south for the winter? All right, you can leave $1 with us here because you got enough money to travel south. And then the rah-rah. We had a rah-rah last week. Who went? If your hand is not up, please throw in $1. And thank you all. You have a great day. Who gets this thing actually?
We have a speaker.
Who's that? I think I know who the speaker is, but I had to change my hat. Yeah, he's. I didn't know there wasn't gonna be like a break or something.
No, you're right.
All right, so today we're gonna talk a little about the foundation as Jim alluded to, we do have 2 of our foundation's members here, Heather Hines and Dick Bird. Heather is the executive director of One Dublin. And Dick he's just a foundation member. So we appreciate both of their efforts and we're glad that you all have joined us today. Well, what I want to do is talk a little bit about who we've helped. I believe it was 12 families, 12 neighbors that have come to us in the last year and asked for help. And so I thought what I would do is literally read to you what they write when they're asking for help, because we on the foundation board take this pretty seriously and we give great consideration to everybody. And believe it or not, everybody that says they want our help does not necessarily get it. There's a lot of cases that come to me, and then when I talk to the advocate, whoever brings it to me, we say, you know, we gotta look at it, but it's probably not something that we can really help with. If you're not aware of the foundation's mission is to give somebody some support that will help them get through a rough patch. And if we look at it and we say, we can't help, no matter how much money we throw at them, the situation's gonna come back next month and be the same thing. We can't help in that, and sometimes they've gotta go someplace else to find help. But at any rate, the first one I'm gonna talk about is somebody that was looking for help with their car insurance. They were looking for $813. So I said, that's what we paid, $813. Son was born prematurely in October and received an unexpected diagnosis of Down syndrome, Hirschsprung disease and hypothyroidism. He was in the NICU due to his oxygen levels and feeding ability. He has since been in and out of the hospital and has had surgery for his Hirschsprung disease. The family experienced financial hardship when the mother lost her job due to the number of medical appointments, surgeries that son required. The mother wants to make sure he gets all the care he needs and that he's okay before she goes back to work. They were trying to manage on one income, but this last month has been the hardest. The family's car insurance got canceled because they were unable to pay for it. They are seeking to get a new policy, and are confident they'll be able to manage future payments because the mom starts a new job at Discover on January 17th. This case came from One Dublin, in fact. So I read it to you in their words because I think if I do that, you really get a sense of who we're helping. Okay? That was $813 for car insurance. The next one actually came from a club member. Notice I said a club member. If you see people in the community that we might be able to help, don't ever hesitate to bring it to the foundation. So this was the utility bills of $399. This person happened to visit the Worthy's Resource Pantry, seeking help with these utility bills. The situation appears during the one payment to avoid utility bill possible slide and much more severe financial difficulty. Her outstanding electric, gas, and water bills totaled $398.98. She lives at home with her 2-year-old daughter. She was formerly employed by Anto Cinto and was laid off in December. The principal difficulty in finding a new job was paying for childcare for her daughter. Recently found part-time work at a childcare facility that could also take care of her daughter. Due to the long layoff, she fell behind utility bills and rent. She fears she won't catch up with the utility deficit would face disconnection down the road. So hardworking, caring mother worthy of support, more serious financial trouble, and then it goes on a little bit more. So the point is that here's someone that was doing fine, some little tiny thing happened, and all of a sudden she can't pay her bills. It is very often the case. This one is a rent case that came from a Dublin school counselor. Rent was $1,700. And did you notice I said $1,700? In the time that I've been on this foundation, which I think is 4 or 5 years, we've seen rents go from $500 and $700 and $900 to $1,700, $2,000, $2,500. It's a real crisis on the community. My son was in the hospital having a baby. I withdrew most of the money I had and bought a money order for rent. The money included $600 that I advanced through his day room, a program through ADP. It charges a flat $5 fee and $300 was advanced through my bank for a $15 fee. When I got to the hospital, drop off food at 9 p.m. and I was told she was about to deliver. I didn't want to leave the money order in the car, so I carelessly, I guess, put it in my garage. I did not realize I had lost it until after we had walked the baby down to the NICU. There was just so much going on in this day, unfortunately, she put a little frowny face. Unfortunately, they did not fill it out or tear the receipt off, so there's no way for me to track it or cancel it. Because I borrowed $605 plus $315 out of my check already, my check that I get paid, $526, will be approximately $300. All that covered expenses like gas and to get to work. My phone bill, which was also due $156, and my car tax 45-day also expired last week. So I also need tax. The Dublin officer has already pulled me over at once and kindly let me know because I told him I was going to get taxed. I guess she tried to say, let me go. I normally have no problem paying rent, bills, providing for my children as a single mom. The other adult in my home is my 60-year-old mother I care for, and she only gets a snack. I'm very embarrassed, disappointed, and overall I feel lost and so bad because just hard-earned money floating out of here. I can provide proof of everything. I would really prefer if my rental company wouldn't know I was getting help. They will expect it, I'm sure. I've been really discouraged about this. My job is a parent partner. It helps moms fighting to get their kids back when they are struggling. I shouldn't be so irresponsible to lose almost $2,000. I'm not sure what I would do if I can't find help. It seems like I'm always the one helping others. I couldn't figure out why God would let this happen when I'm always doing for others. But we come to the conclusion someone needed it more than me. And she actually sent us a very nice thank you that I read at the time, and I neglected to bring it with me today. Somebody said they want to hear about what these people have to say. She was super appreciative, as you can tell by her. Here's another case. This one came from Dublin Bridges. This has been a great opportunity for us. I, along with Heather, serve on the steering committee, so I see all the cases that come through. And very often I'll find those cases. And what we're starting to do we're really looking at ones that we could split with them, so that the foundation is maybe not outlaying as much money, which gives us the ability to help our people. This was the case of, $2,200 worth of dental care, they shared with it. We paid $11.40, so basically half. Dublin City School High School counselor has reached out on behalf of the student that needed dental care. The child is experiencing discomfort, itchiness, headaches, earaches, and more from these dental concerns, so the family is hoping the child can receive treatment as soon as possible. The family works hard at their places of employment, but due to the high cost of treatment and lack of dental insurance, they are having a difficult time financially affording the cost of the treatment that the child needs. The dental work has been evaluated by a dental clinic and reviewed by Dublin Bridges Dental Partners. However, the work requires an oral surgeon and anesthesia, and therefore cannot be performed at a clinic or dental office. Dublin Bridges is hoping to assist this family on so she can have the dental work. We paid half, Dublin Bridges paid half, and this child got to get their teeth there. So here's another one, and notice these are all kind of different, same and different, right? This one came from one Dublin, somebody was looking for $837 to put tires on their car. A single mom that needed new tires for her car, her son has had a series of medical issues, which has put a financial strain on the family. One Dublin helped her out with a car payment, but discovered her tires were so bad they failed the tire tread depth test. We want to help her get a new set of tires so she can drive safely to and from work while running errands. The total amount is $336.34. We paid that, we got that over new tires. There's another rent case from Dublin Bridges. Currently live in Ashton of Dublin and moved here to work for Honda. When my wife got here, where we lived as an assistant property manager, I started when we moved here with the assumption that she was supposed to start at the same time. During our move, somehow we lost our legal documents, birth certificate, marriage license, etc., which she needed to get her Ohio driver's license so she could start her job. We spent hundreds of dollars to get her documentation here. Expedited, unfortunately, she started her job today. The problem is that during the month of February, she couldn't start like she was supposed to. I started on it, but I'm getting my first check this Friday. We got eviction papers today. Family has $700 to put towards the rent, and that means they're $1,346. So we helped them with $1,299 is what it worked out to be. But the point is that here's some people that were in such a position that they took their last $700 to pay their rent, but didn't have enough, and we were there to help them. The foundation meets this week. We have two cases that we're looking at. One of them is a high school student that went to Walmart, had his bike stolen. He uses his bike to get all around, back and forth to school and so forth, so they've asked for $400 to get his bike. Ooh. Exactly. And then a single mother of two children requesting $858 to get her car fixed so that she can get back and forth to work. That started off with she needed a new tire. And then over the weekend, this case just came in last week, and then over the weekend, her car broke down and it was stuck on 315. Somehow or other, she managed to find the money to get it towed, and now it needs a fuel pump. So it went from a new tire to, for I think $500 we authorized to $858. We'll address that on Friday. So these are the kinds of cases, believe it or not, in our community that one might consider more of an affluent community. We have people in our school districts, both Worthington and Dublin, that need help. That's what our foundation is here to do. Any questions that I can answer about the foundation?
We've got, new members in the audience, people that haven't heard about the foundation before. Can you talk about where the money comes from for the foundation, how it's managed, that sort of stuff?
Of course.
101.
Of course. So the money comes from donations. It was seeded, I think 115 years ago when John Baker was born. Well, some of our members years ago started this foundation with the idea of, as I described earlier, helping people in our community with sort of a one-time event that we get them over this hurdle. So our money comes from donations, predominantly from our membership. So on your bill, you see every other quarter an optional donation to the foundation. One of them is to the national foundation, and one of them is to our local foundation. So if you pay that bill and you include the foundation donation, you pay, that's where our money predominantly comes from. We've also got requests, right? people that have, died left us money. And then every once in a while, I'll do something like that, another give us money. But that's predominantly where the money comes from, it's in our foundation. We have, an investment policy committee, we have a financial advisor that helps us manage the portfolio, and the board, under Jerry's tutelage, make sure that we're doing the, most appropriate things with what that we can with our money. Now, having said that, as you might imagine, this past couple of years has been a little bit tough on the foundation. And our accounts have not performed as well as they have in years past. So, if you were looking for someplace to put some money here before the end of the year, obviously we're a 501c3 corporation, so it's a tax deductible donation. And if you're not aware, and you're of the age where you have to take money out of your IRA, even if you don't want to, it can go directly to our foundation, or any charity for that matter, without having to pay any income tax. So that's a great way to give and not pay any income tax on your own. Thank you, Steve.
Absolutely.
Thank you. What else? Who else has a question for me? Yes, sir.
Well, you alluded to this, but, I think it's worth noting that, the foundation is not currently, the fund is not really big enough to, satisfy the demand that's out there. The demand has been going up dramatically the last couple of years. And so for all the reasons, for those reasons, in addition to what you just stated, I think, anything we can do to grow that fund, we will.
Thank you. So what Jim said again here is that, the demand is ridiculous. The demand for foundation requests is, I think, more than we've seen before. The amounts are more than we've seen before. The portfolio is not growing. The donations are not necessarily growing to meet the demand. So, right, that what you said? Excellent. Yeah.
What's the average annual for the grants?
How much do we give on average? 12 to 15,000. Am I okay with that, Jerry?
10 to 12.
Okay, 10 to 12. Yes, right, Jerry. I'd like it to be 12 to 15. Yes.
How much money does the foundation have in its endowment now, and what, comes off every year? Can we say that?
Yeah, of course. Jerry.
How much do we have?
Yes.
Not enough.
Not enough.
You know, it changes every minute that the market's open, so, in the neighborhood of $145,000. And, it'll throw off probably about 4%, 5%, depends. We try to reinvest, but we also try to, realize the actual income. So that we have a cash reserve so that we can cover these requests.
Hey, Jerry, what do we receive roughly in donations? I know we talked about that, it's not jumping off my head.
Well, if you, make the donation, which is $100 a year, then, we have about, give or take, 70 some odd members. So if everybody gave their 100, you can figure that out if you graduated from high school. Not everybody does, so it'll be slightly less, so it'll be in the neighborhood of $6,000.
And if we earn somewhere in the neighborhood of $6,000 and we give away 10, we get to keep a little bit, depending of course on what the market does. Yes.
Is the strategy still that we try not to spend the principal, we only grant with the earnings?
Yes. I say that sort of tongue in cheek.
Try, yeah.
Yes.
I'm a member of the Upper Arlington Rotary Club. We have an Upper Arlington Rotary Foundation, where we have the Rotary International Foundation. It's kind of easy for all, especially the newer members. So we have a volunteer request of $200 a year by everybody, and we really try to sell that's what we're able to do. Now, obviously, can't make it mandatory, but that's again, we're trying to do good for the world. So
Sure.
all going right on, so that's why we're doing it.
Thank you. Dave?
Question for Jerry. Jerry, does that 140 include the DRU scholarships or that in addition to?
The foundation also acts as a fiduciary for the DR scholarships and our local scholarships. Those accountings are all separate. So the 145 that I gave you is strictly for our foundation. The funds that we hold for the DR scholarships are in the neighborhood of 40,000. And the funds that we hold for the local scholarships right now are just in the neighborhood of a couple $1,000. You know, we fund our local scholarships as well through just our community service pot, if you will, funds that we've raised. But the biggest contributor to both of those funds is really the Super Bowl, because that project splits those funds, whatever the net is, splits those funds in half. So half go to local scholarships, half go to the DR scholarships.
So thanks for that question, Dave and Jerry, for your explanation. So the point is that while we're looking at near 200,000 and we're raising money for the scholarships, that's not raising money for the foundation. So when we're giving money to those things, we're not helping us help the community with respect to crises. Anybody else with a question? So my hidden, not so hidden goal is I'd love to have $1 million, right? I mean, think of the people we could help if we had $1 million and we were gonna take 4% or 5% and plan that for giving annually, we could become much more known in the community as an organization that could help. We could not necessarily have to wait for the advocates from our school districts is predominantly where our cases come from. Counselors, principals, I think that's what they are, right? Yeah, a counselor and a principal, or 2 principals. So we have, the board is made up of several members. Obviously Jim and Jerry, John Bader, myself, Steve as immediate president, that's a seat on the board, he's always there. Who else am I missing? Would have been too smart to bring that, right? Dave King.
Yeah, Doug Southgate.
And Doug Southgate. Doug serves as our secretary. And then we have 3 people from the school districts. We have Heather, and I think that about sums it up. Any other questions that I can answer for you? Yep. What?
Oh, we also have Dick Bird.
I said that earlier.
Well, that's okay, then I have a question for you.
Please.
Are you finished?
No, just for that, I'm not. I have like 15 minutes.
Well, you keep talking, the rest of us will leave.
Then you're all gonna have to pay a scooter fine.
Yeah.
Thank you all, I appreciate that. Listen, if you ever have any questions about the foundation, if you've got any ideas for us to maybe raise the money, we would love to hear it. Thank you. Okay, Teresa had to leave, so I have a cheat sheet here that says we have a raffle. How much is in the raffle today?
$32. I'll buy somebody lunch.
Or maybe get something.
Or maybe.
I mean,
Last 4, 2778.
That's not right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Mrs. Bell,
I'm gonna be looking for that.
right?
Yeah. This is one you
Yeah.
420. 434, 424, help me out.
Yeah, one or the other,
434,
or something.
Or plus.
okay. Looking for Ace of Spades here, 2735.
There it is, Roger. Lucky Roger.
Come on, Roger.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Up on the spot table. On the first table.
Roger, you got to work for it, you gotta walk.
So Roger came in with a 50 that I had to break, and he was like, should I buy him, shouldn't I break the 50? Good thing he broke the 50.
I don't know.
Oh, good for us.
Wrong one. Okay, then, wrap things up on, let's do the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do first. Second.
Is it fair, all concerned?
Third. And fourth.
Will be beneficial to all concerned.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Guys,
Hit the bell.
What? Gotta hit the bell?
Okay, take care.
Hey, just do Roger. I'll just meet you there. I'm sorry. I gotta see what's talking. I'm still in my breath. And I talked to and we all the way to she's a bean, don't get me wrong.